Dearest family, what you were told about my behaviors as a child was not the full truth of the story. What you were told was my response to an abusive household. I have tried to have this conversation with my parents and with my sister. I've even tried to have this conversation with some of our extended family. I've tried to have this conversation with mental health, judicial, and religious institutions. No one would listen. Out of the four of my immediate family dynamic, I am the only one who is telling the truth about the other side of the story. Everyone else in the family benefited by saying that I was the problem. Much like, oh, look, a squirrel. My behavior was the distraction from the truth. I had to endure adult situations as an ill-equipped child, and I did not know how to regulate the emotions that came with those situations. My responses to being raised in an alcoholic, abusive household were normal. Meanwhile, I grew up accepting all of the blame of my dysfunctional family. In fact, it took 4 years of therapy to realize that the pile of shit I lived under belonged to other people. This is when I started speaking up and setting boundaries. My dysfunctional family system loves it when I speak up because they've already told their version of my life story years ago, and they know I won't be believed because of that. If family means a household that loves and nurtures you and has your best interest at heart, I grew up without a family. As for my extended family, they believed what they were told, which means I also grew up without the support of extended family. I have entered an era where I have had enough of being the scapegoat. I am no longer going to remain silent while my immediate family is still stirring the shit pot. Whatever has been done secretively in my family, I am bringing it to light. After all, my family never minded making my life mistakes public. And I always remain silent for the hope of family by not telling their family secrets. But not telling the truth about their secrets never protected me. It only protected them. I am not afraid of losing family, not immediate nor extended. I cannot lose what I've never had. Also, I have no secrets. My family already publicized my life mistake through mental health, judicial, and religious institutions. Again, I have nothing to lose. I am choosing to live my healing loudly. None of my family, both immediate and extended, ever once cared enough to ask me my perspectives of my life story told to them by my dysfunctional family. And this didn't just begin with my childhood family dynamic either. This is a generational issue. I have been made aware of occurrences stemming back to my grandparents and great-grandparents that mimic the household I grew up in. So it's not just my childhood family dynamic. But as for me and my offspring, it begins to stop with me. I am no longer entertaining this conditioned fear of rejection that kept me dependent upon a family dynamic that needed me to play the role of scapegoat so that they could remain comfortable with their own shame and failures by pointing out mine and refusing to acknowledge their own. If you'd like to know more about my story, I'll Love You Forever will be releasing later this year, 2026.